Get out of here. Come on, get out. Yeah. Alright, so this video is gonna cut out any fucking second. Get your fucking face out of my pina colada.
If you like pina coladas
and getting fucked in the ass. If you know 72 dudes. Off to a great start.
That's fine.
Dude, yeah, so I was telling you, the reason we kicked this on is because I was telling you a story about when I was dating. And it's just a story about me being a scumbag. Like, that's all it really.
That's every story on this show.
It is. It's just me being a piece of shit. But yeah, so I'm dating this chick down in New Orleans, and there's this country club. Like I was telling you, it was like an old, like I guess like back in like the 1800s, it was like a golf course, and then like as New Orleans got a little more developed, they like motherfucking turned it into like housing and shit, and then it like they kept the country club part of it where like they have like a pool and everything, a bar and like a eatery and shit. So like on Saturdays and Sundays you can go there and you pay $5 and you're able to go to this like gay pool party they have. It's like not like gay, but it's like LGBTQ inclusive.
That's gay.
So yeah, like it's
a bunch of figs.
It's a bunch of fucking queers. Having a pool party. So I get there and I realize like I'm there with my girlfriend. I am completely out of place.
In a Speedo.
Dude, there's every other dude is in a Speedo. Every fucking guy is just like fucking fit and like not hairy.
Hot.
Like, yeah, like man rockets galore. And I'm just like, my guts hanging out.
Frumpy Tucko
Some
kid.
fucking like Walmart bathing suit. My ass crack hanging out. Like, there's like dudes that are kind of, you can see they're cruising and perusing. Like there's dudes, they just get to me like, fucking what the fuck?
Next.
Like, so I yeah, so I'm like having a good time with my lady, and like we're talking to this Italian guy. I couldn't tell if he was like hitting on me or if he was just like European and like just like making conversation. It could have been either way.
Both.
I think he might have been like trying to like figure me out, but like he was he's definitely
Got the zoomies right now.
yeah, dude, he was definitely like, you know, friendly and whatnot. We were talking and shit, and the whole time me and him were talking, we were like, we got our legs in the pool, my chick's in the pool in front of me, like talking to her friend, and like I'm talking to this guy, and like I'm just like staring across the pool at this guy who's in like the shallow end of like knee deep water in a Speedo. He's just like, he's standing like this, the water's like right about here, he's just going like
Does he have his bathing suit still on?
yeah, his bathing suit was still on. He's in a Speedo and he's just bouncing his cock in and out of the water.
He's just on like fucking New Orleans Molly, just
like,
fucking the
like,
pool.
9 fucking ecstasy pills. Just like fucking water feels great.
Oh my god.
Just like fucking
Wetness, something I don't experience as a gay man.
exactly. No, it was like so uncomfortable. And then I had to get naked in the sauna. I had like one of those like bathing suits that has like liner in it, and the liner gave me like a fucking rash on my like waistline.
Brutal, dude.
Dude, they're the worst
I
fucking
cut
bathing
mine
suits.
out with scissors.
Yeah,
Fucking...
I ripped it out, but I had to get like naked in the sauna, and there's a bunch of people like staring through the window at my naked white ass. And it was all sunburned on my back and shit too, so like my ass was like neon white.
Take your fucking clothes off. Fucking Paulie and Big Puss.
Yeah, man. Well, nah, it's just a joke, guys.
Yes. Nah, that's Vito.
It's Vito.
Fucking thing where he's trying to get him to take a schwitz, but he's wearing a wire. He's like, take your fucking clothes off. He's like, no, my doctor said my back, I can't fucking go in saunas. He said, no fucking heat. There's a whole thing when they're trying to figure out when Puss was a rat. My mind works in
Sopranos
quotes.
No, exactly. That's like why. That's why you function.
I'm like the annoying Star Trek guy. I'm like, remember in episode fucking 8, season 2, where
it's not annoying. It's just I like the Sopranos. I just don't have the encyclopedic knowledge on it like you do. King of the Hill is my wheelhouse, and like when I drop King of the Hill references, fucking no one gets them.
yeah,
Like there's like a select fucking kind of autist that gets my fucking humor when it comes to that.
King of the Hill is great. Tina actually loves King of the Hill.
That show's fucking great.
I love it. I just don't have, like you said, the encyclopedic knowledge of it. But I'm gonna go on a limb here and say, like, the show that I've been really getting into lately, late at night, it's great, and I'm not really like giving groundbreaking news, but South Park's really funny, dude.
I don't have Paramount Plus, but I saw they come out with like a new
It's on
season or whatever.
HBO Max.
I don't have that either.
Okay.
I can find it though. Like people have been saying, it's
I
pretty
watched
good.
some of the new episodes, and I like fucking Josh Wise back in the day. There's a website where there's every South Park episode for free, and he's like, you gotta
FreeSP.com.
you gotta start from season 1 and try and watch it. We might have talked about this on here before, but
No, I don't think so.
I tried to watch season 1 back in like 2015, and like the references to me are so dated that like I wasn't getting all of the jokes, you know what I mean? Plus I was like really young when that came out, so it just wasn't. But they had the fucking COVID special, it was fucking great. Like I don't know. South Park's awesome, and then it's like, oh great, fucking commentary, Jake, fucking one of the most critically acclaimed animations of all time. You think is good, but
it's been on the air longer than like any other fucking cartoon. Like I think maybe The Simpsons has been on longer, but like
yeah, I'm not sure. I
think it's The Simpsons, but like their writing has always been good. Their writing's always been brilliant. I ended up really like that was one of the few things that kept me sane when I was running from that hurricane. I guess this is a New Orleans cast because, like, yeah, when I was like down with it. When I was down in New Orleans, there was a storm that came, and we got hit with a storm a week before that like rocked my trailer up on like one wheel at one point. Like it's like on a tripod, and like one of the wheels came up, and I'm like, fuck that. And I slink out and go to they have a hurricane fallout shelter. It's in our like the bathroom and washing and dryer and shit. Like, but it's like a hurricane proof building, so like whenever it gets too rough, you go there. It's like me, one other lady, and my buddy Josh, and we're all just like sitting there watching the storm. And then there's like power lines getting ripped out and like fucking trees falling over.
You're just expecting your trailer to be gone when you get out.
I mean, like I was kind of hoping for it because then I get insurance money. But,
there you
like,
go.
Well, like,
Jewish lightning cocksucker.
I love it. A little bit of fucking.
What about DARPA lightning?
Dude, the fucking female lightning. Yeah, like, dude, like, we were, so, like, I was, like, in that, I was like, fuck doing that again. I'm not fucking dealing with that shit ever in my life again. So, there was another storm that was, like, a week out, and, like, the day before it showed up, everybody's, like, I'm buying shotgun ammo and like canned food and water and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Like, you know, like if this ends up being the next like Hurricane Katrina, like why the fuck, like I have nothing here that I like have invested, like even this trailer can like, it's insured, like fuck it, like I'm just leaving. So like I packed all my shit up into my trailer, was thinking about leaving my trailer there, and decided like, no, I'm gonna go to Mississippi. And then like Mississippi turned into Alabama, and then Alabama turned into Florida, and then before I know it, like I'm all the way in fucking like past Pensacola, and I'm like, well, I guess like I gotta like fucking pull off here and just like kind of make a day of it or whatever, because like it only is like a 300-mile drive to get that far. So like I drove from like 8 o'clock at night straight through the fucking night till like about like 9 in the morning, and like I was good. Fell asleep at a Walmart and then blew a tire out and had to get the changed at the Walmart. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm waiting for that tire. I have one more, like I have my spare. Pop that on, go get a slip across the street at a trailer park that just happened to be there. Told the guy what was up, and he was like, hey, you're running from a storm, $15 a night. Like you don't have septic hookup, but I'll give you power for free. And I'm like, deal.
Good deal, dude.
I had like
Is there a portage on anywhere?
There you could just like pee in your fucking trailer and
water bottles.
No, we'll do
Way
it.
the road, Bubs.
No, just do what I did. Just open your fucking septic when you're crossing state lines.
Oh, dude.
I did that because my trailer was too heavy and I couldn't figure out what was up. And like when you go,
I forgot about that part.
When you go up an incline, it like shifts your shit like in
Literally.
the septic tank. Yeah. And so I just opened it all up and drove into Georgia. And then the first little place I could pull over, I went and pulled it, like shut it back. It was just like a big fudgy trail.
Oh.
I mean, it wasn't fudgy, but it was like you could see water was leaking out for like a mile.
It probably stunk.
Oh, dude, it had to be like fucking disgusting. But I don't even know why I was talking about fucking leaving the fucking New Orleans thing. We were talking about something before that. I fucking forget. But like that whole fucking
South Park.
South Park. Yeah. So I had this little like antenna thing that you could get at Walmart for like $20, and it gets like all the local channels. And like when I was in Florida, just by pure happenstance, one of the channels was Comedy Central, and they played all those new the Integrity Farms South Parks. So I like it was like a marathon of them too. So for like the entire 2 days I was stuck there, I would just get fucking ripped on Rolling Rock and fucking watch Integrity Farms.
Sounds like a good Florida time,
dude. Like the Walmart closed at 9, and you couldn't buy beer at gas stations or anything because it was a dry county. So I would go get a case in the morning. Like I got there at like 9, figured myself like I was all moved in by like 11:30. So I went and I got a case or 24 pack of Rolling Rock. That was gone by like 8 o'clock at night. So I drove back over to Walmart because it's right across the street. Got another 24
Why
pack.
walk when you can drive?
Oh, dude, you fucking hammered.
There's no Dewey's in Florida.
Nah, dude, you kidding me? Tri-County? Like, they're not looking for that or anything.
Nah.
But, yeah, I went and got another 24 pack, killed like 12 of those, and then woke up, drank another 12 beers. Because, like, I was like, oh, like, I'm going to find a tire shop, see if maybe I can just buy one, and then, like, you know, put that on there. I'll be good to go. And then go to Walmart and be like, I don't need the tire anymore, like, because they had to order it or whatever. But I couldn't. Like, so I was like, all right, well, I got another day that's wasted. So I just fucking drank and watched more South Park.
Didn't you end up blowing another tire that same trip, like two or three times?
I blew 2 tires, and it was because they didn't grease my axle at the factory. Your wheels have lubricant in them, and as you drive, the lubricant it's like in there, kind of like an adhesive, but like when it's in motion, it turns into like lube. So like it's like a thick putty that you put on with like a caulk gun.
Yeah.
And it like they did the outside, but like you gotta like pry the inside of the tire. Like there's like a faceplate, you gotta pry that shit off and like put it in there. And they didn't do that, so the guy jacked, like when I was at Walmart, he jacked my trailer up and was like, or he jacked me off.
So I paid for the service.
Yeah.
Spent all my money on Rolling Rock.
Gotta earn beer money somehow on the road, babe.
Way the road, man's got a drink.
But yeah, like I fucking he told me like everything that was wrong. He's like, we sell grease guns, we sell the lube that you need and everything. So like he's like, if you just go in there, I'll show you how to put it on and everything. So I did. I went in and got it, and like I greased him like an extra like $40 for helping me out. But like,
good deal.
They fucking like I have never fucking had like better service at a Walmart and like no help from the place I bought the trailer from, because I called them. I'm like, hey, you guys like know there's like a factory defect on my trailer, like
checks in the mail, go fuck yourself.
They're like, yeah, we already we processed your check, like you're fucked. And then sure enough, that's who I sold my trailer back to, and they gave me a premium for it because they didn't have any inventory on their lot. Thank you, COVID. COVID turned that whole thing profitable. I did the math on it. If I had bought an apartment, or if I had rented an apartment, I would have been paying between $700 and $900, depending on where I would have lived, a month for that first and last month's deposit plus a security deposit. So that's like another like $700 to $900. So it's like a $3,000 move-in fee plus furniture plus a television plus cable plus like all plus the fucking, you're in there.
You're stuck there. Like there's no like.
I'm in there for like 6 months, a year, whatever it is. So like, if I would have done the like, I bought the trailer for $16,000, sold it for $10,000, and then got another $2,900 in the mail from insurance because the siding got ripped off of it. But like the dealership was so short on their fucking inventory, they were like, "We'll overlook all the holes in it. Like, we'll just give you $10,000." I'm like, "All right, it's not a bad deal at all." Yeah. So it was like 12,000 ish, or well, 13,000 ish for the fucking trailer on a $16,000 investment. I lived for like, I think it was like $240 a month.
Yeah,
like,
it's not bad at all.
Like not bad. Like at all.
How much did the campground slip cost?
$415 a month. So it was like it was negligible with that, but I didn't have to pay anything up front or behind. It was like literally just bought the trailer,
and you get a power hookup,
and I get a power and free water, free cable, free Wi-Fi, like all that shit's included.
Yeah, that's solid,
dude. Like it was like way better fucking deal. And it's like New Orleans sucked so fucking bad. Like I'm happy I didn't end up fucking like stuck down there where I was like locked into a year-long lease, because then I'm like, now I got to
can't sell your apartment, but you can sell your trailer type thing.
I can sell all my possessions and just start smoking crack.
That's like always an option, even here.
It sounds like a viable option these days. Like, I mean, every time I'm at work, I'm like, there's times where I could just like be a full-blown alcoholic and just fuck everything and just go off the fucking rails.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like fun, but then you're like, oh, like I'm gonna have this and then be like, I don't fucking drink anymore tomorrow. Like, I'm never gonna drink again.
I haven't drank in like 5.5 years, but I made jokes like that to Christina this week where I was like, yeah, I don't know, I've been kind of depressed lately and
thinking about getting a fucking handle of Hennessy, just having fun.
Yeah, just going completely off the rails 2 months before my first child's born. Like, it's just really good timing.
Yeah, like, I mean, if you need a fucking meltdown, like, that's the time to do it. It's just right before your first kid.
Become an alcoholic, abusive.
Dude, like...
start smacking her around. She would probably kick my ass, dude. Just get beat up by my girlfriend.
It's just like
liver out.
A fucking little league team down the street at the custard place getting ice cream, and you guys are just beating each other in your yard with frying pans.
I honestly think she could take me.
Really?
I don't know,
dude. I've had discussions with my lady about fighting, and like I know for a fact she could kick my ass. She was a soccer
trains
player.
like jujitsu or something.
Nah, she was a soccer hooligan. She tells me like she used to get in fights with like riot cops and shit.
Yeah, we've both been in like 3 fights collectively.
I mean, I've been in like a lot of fights. I don't like hitting people. Like I've been very staunch on that I don't like hitting people, and it makes me upset.
I don't start them, but I finish them.
No, like I like breaking fights up because it's more fun. Because then you get to like fucking like you get to like get in the middle of it and be like, you calm down, and if someone escalates it, then you're like, all right, pop. Like then you don't feel bad about it. But like if I like get into a fight with someone I know, I'm like, I don't want to hit you, and then like they hit me, and I'm like, I have to retaliate, and like I was really drunk in college one time, and I hit my friend Mike in the face, and I cried about it for like an hour straight.
Pussy.
But like it was like one of those things where I was like literally like so upset because I was like, he's like a nice guy, and I feel fucking bad, but he just pushed me to my limit. They're like, yo, nut up, you fucking fair.
I was at a wedding, and then the after party was at La Costa in Sea Isle, and somehow ended up breaking out into a huge like family-wide 30-person fist fight in the parking lot of La Costa.
Nice.
And I was trying to separate the groom from the altercation, so I'm like grabbing.
This is the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah, I'm trying to I'm trying to pull this dude off, and the bride's mom, I guess, thought I was like trying to attack him, and she like slugged me in the face and was like, "Get the fuck off of him." I was like, I'm his friend. I'm trying to break it up. She was like, oh, sorry. And I literally just like turned around and tried to walk back into the bar, and they didn't want to let me back in. I'm like, I'm not even fighting. I just want a Miller Lite. Like, I'm fucking over this. And this is like weed's super illegal, and I have like a vape pen and like 2 grams of wax in my pocket, and SIC PD's pulling in. I'm like, I need to like plant my ass at the bar and get the fuck away from this shit. I'm not trying to catch a possession charge. But yeah.
Dude, that's always great.
It was a massive like Jerry Springer level brawl. And that was, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, and I've since spoken to the couple, and apparently the families just now, like 6, 7, 8 years later, have finally made peace about it. Like, it was like a big fucking deal.
That's a Finnegan's Wake situation.
It was
like,
cool.
Yo, watch this guy run into the fucking wall. The fucking outfielder ran into the wall.
Did he make the catch?
No, he fucking watch. He just runs face first into the fucking wall. All right, is that touch?
Everyone always talks about the Phillies suck this year. I haven't really been following.
Phillies are sucking. Watch them, but just boom, drops him off.
It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. No, it hurt. Yeah, like, kind of knocked the wind out of him a bit.
It surprised him. He probably had like, because he's running at an angle, he probably thought he had like one less or one more step on the warning track. Yeah. And just caught that angle, and just boom.
Doink.
Yeah,
I like the catcher's fucking gear.
Yeah,
bright yellow.
Fucking Brewers got a fucking good drip on their fucking jerseys this year, man. Like their whole getup has been nice.
The Phillies looks the same as the last time I watched them in like 2009.
They haven't changed. They have white pinstripes for home and then the gray bullshit for away. And I think that the pinstripes are dog shit. They have these like nice powder blue retro jerseys.
I kind of like the home unis. The powder blue ones are sick.
Those are the only ones I want. I want to get one. I want to get that guy's Bohms. I want to get one of his because they're really nice jerseys. But like I haven't been up to a game or Philly in a while.
Is he the guy who's like, I fucking hate Philly, like they're scumbags or whatever? And
no, it's Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper said that Philly fans were dog shit and then came to the Phillies.
No. This was this season.
Oh, really?
He's a pitcher, and he said something like, they called him on video. They didn't hear audio of it, but he was like, these fans are fucking assholes or something. And then in the post-game interview, he's like, yeah, I said it. Like, you know.
Was he a Spanish guy?
No, he's a white dude who kind of looked like him.
It might have been Aaron Nola.
I'm not sure, but he like owned up to it, and the fans like him more now.
They're
like, yeah, he's one of us.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Fuck you too, buddy.
We hate you.
Want to get a beer?
Yeah, exactly. It's a Philly mentality.
Some Philly shit.
Like, he's
like, yeah, I said it. Things get heated, but you know, what are you gonna do? I'm like, yeah, fair enough. At least he was honest about it.
Dude, what the fuck were you saying right before I interrupted you with the fucking guy running into the wall?
I'm like brain dead. I literally
fighting at dude. So I got this Zoomer kid that we just hired. I won't say his name, but he's 17 years old, and he's like, he goes to Middle Township High School, and over Memorial Day weekend was his like first weekend. First night there, real fucking sharp. Not a bad.
What are they paying these kids now?
I don't know, like $16.
Dude, what the fuck?
Dude,
we already talked about this. I'm always repeating myself on the pod.
I know. It's fucking horseshit.
Cashiers at like Rita's Water Ice are making $16 an hour.
Dude, Mickey D's, you can make like 18 flipping burgers, and I'm like, it's not a bad gig. It makes it worth. They make it worth my while over there. This kid's like 17 years old, and he's like, yo man, I'm like going to I'm going to the Wildwood Boardwalk tonight. It was like Memorial Day weekend. I'm like,
Good luck.
You sure, man? And he's like, dude, it's gonna be fucking lit. And I'm like, okay. And like, dude,
no cap.
Sure enough, he comes in the next day. He said he got 2 hours of sleep. He was hungover as fuck and like was just dragging ass the entire day, like losing slips and everything, like just a complete mess. And I'm like, I catch him like kind of towards the end of the night when things are slowing down. I was like, yeah, you have a lot of fun last night? He's like, dude, I brought boxing gloves with me to the boardwalk, and me and my homies were just squaring off on tourists. He's showing me videos of like his boy just fucking knocking.
He's not hungover. He's punch drunk.
Dude,
he's got like 7 concussions last night.
That was what I thought too. I was like, "Do you get in any fights?" He's like, "Yeah, a few. I didn't film any, but like, I put the gloves on. I tuned a few people up." And he like showed me this video of his buddy just straight up like knocking this kid. The kid, his hand hits the kid's head. The kid's head hits one of those like corrugated metal doors.
Oh, fuck.
It just makes that like fleshy like sound like just like, and then he just like, and then you hear the metal rattling.
Everyone runs away.
Like everybody's like, oh, they all got their phones out. I was like, dude, run! Like they had weed on them. They're like they're all drunk. They're all like 17. I was like, what the fuck is with you?
To be young again.
I'm like, I wish I had the balls like that. Like that was how I got arrested the one time, was because I was leaving everybody's drunk ass on their. You know who's fucking drunk ass was on the boardwalk acting a fucking fool. So I was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. And they got arrested for fucking having a grinder on me in my car.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'm like, you kids are fucking nuts. And I can't understand a goddamn word the kid says either, because they all speak like fucking like that mush mouth kind of like Instagram rapper shit.
I met a younger kid a few weeks ago, and he was the lingo. I'm like, I feel like an old man. Like I'm like, what the fuck did you just say to me?
They use like words that I'm familiar with. Like it is like what it's not. They don't call it Ebonics anymore. African American Vernacular English, AAVE.
I haven't heard that term yet.
Yeah, I think it's AAV or something like that. But yeah, it's like Ebonics basically. Like you're just speaking like hood or whatever. And like the kid does not like. I understand like 1/3 of what he's fucking saying.
No kizzy.
Yeah, like he said something about like getting glizzies the other day, and I was like, "Are you actually using that? Like you're realistically going to get hot dogs?" He's like, "Fuck yeah!" And I'm like,
"Glizzy's a common one.
That's like, but still
nomenclature.
Like yeah, that's apropos to the hot dog community.
The glizzy gladiator.
Who's that?
Me. I saw a stupid meme last night. It was Glizzy McGuire, and her hair was just all hot dogs. So stupid.
Dude, I'm still laughing about Stone Cold Steve Autism.
Oh, dude, that was so good.
We should put that on real quick just so I can sync it up.
You reminded me of, you mentioned the powder blue Phillies jerseys. You remember when the Eagles did like the 1920s throwback?
Oh, the yellow,
blue and yellow.
Yeah,
that was dog shit.
That was a horrible,
dude.
The one jersey that I never understood, and my mom was the one that was like, that's fucking dog shit. Was like, do you remember like I think it was like 2000, 2001, sometime around there. They started.
Please don't knock those together.
Holy shit!
Bobby, stop! Bobby, stop!
Just drinking broken glass.
Move! What is wrong with Laura? Are you dumb? How are you laughing at this?
I'm blown away.
Yeah, there was like those jerseys that they had that were like they had them like cut off at the sleeves, but like they had like an underlining to them, and it was like the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds were the two that I remember had them. I think the Orioles did too. But they were like real ugly ass fucking jerseys, and I was like, I hope the Phillies get those just because it looked like the new current thing. Yo, shut the fuck up.
I wonder what she's borking at.
No, probably nothing. Like probably the neighbor's dog. But yeah, they had those like things, and I was like, there's like because it was like new cool like jersey style, and I was like, man, I hope the Phillies get those. My mom's like, they're ugly as fuck, and like in hindsight, if the Phillies would have had that, I probably wouldn't have been a Phillies fan anymore. They are dog ugly, like almost as bad as those Eagles jerseys. Who do you think has the worst jersey in the NHL? It's got to be Columbus, right?
I don't hate Columbus. I don't really like the Coyotes current, the maroon.
Yeah, the maroon's
kind
of
a fan. I remember the mustard yellow Predators jerseys. They were pretty bad.
Yeah, those were pretty fucking dog shit.
I don't really like the Devils unis. They're been plain Jane for the longest time.
Wait, no, did you see the new ones? They look even worse.
No, I didn't.
They need to bring the green and red back. Those were the best ones.
Those were I don't like that one.
I mean,
either.
they're better than their current iteration.
Christmas tree fucking jerseys.
But like the one they have now, it just says Jersey and it's like black and red, and it's like Jersey is written, cursive.
I
It
have
looks
seen
so
that.
gay. Like
I kind of actually like the cursive.
I don't mind the cursive. The color scheme sucks though, and like the font is like okay. It's just if it was like arranged a little more tastefully. It doesn't look like a hockey jersey. It looks like some fucking like some shit you buy at a thrift store or something.
Have you heard the shit about the Coyotes' new not uniform, fucking stadium?
No, what's going on with it?
They're taking over, I think, Arizona State University's stadium, and it holds like a few thousand people. Like, I guess so they could finally fill their barn or whatever. Like, hockey's obviously not big in Arizona, but yeah, it's like a meme on all the hockey pages. Like, it's like comedically small for an NHL team.
That is pretty fucking funny.
Look up how many seats it holds, but
It'd be funny if they like actually started having more games at Boardwalk Hall so we could pack the fucking hall.
that would be rad.
I would love to have more hockey there. They had minor league hockey there a few years ago. I think it was one of the Devils or Pittsburgh's farm team, one of the two of them. No, it was the Rangers, I think. One of the farm teams was playing, and it was when I was living down in New Orleans. Jay said that they were having hockey games there. I was like, "Fuck! I wish I was home for that."
Where at?
At Boardwalk Hall.
It was what the fuck? They did like a couple of them. I went to one of them. It's like the Albany River Rats or one of those fucking.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it was. They had a few. It was the Devils team. They had like 3 or 4. It was like a limited run, but it was dope.
I missed that fucking. You know what else was cool in there? I only went to it once, but remember when they used to have midget cars in there?
Oh, that was really cool. But
Dude,
the only problem with that, I went to it a couple
fucking
times.
Gasses you the fuck out.
Nah, that's fun. It's like getting high in middle school. But no, the track was so small and there were so many cars that there was just like an accident every single lap. So it was just constant caution.
Yeah, and like they only had like they had a low number of laps on that, like 64 or some shit like that, but it still took like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Because of all the fucking caution. That like midget car shit was dope though. Like I just remember the first time
It's a 5,000 seater, the Coyotes.
Yeah, that's like laughably small.
For a pro hockey team. They probably still won't fill it too.
The Spectrum was like what, like 30,000, right? Or
No.
something. Less than that, 25.
I think the Well is only 19,000.
How big was the fuck? I can't remember.
Spectrum was smaller. So
It was way smaller. It
I'll
was
look
like,
that up now too.
it's
Look
gotta
that
be
up,
like,
Jamie.
It's got to be like 20,000. We don't need
I
a
don't
Jamie.
think
We
so.
need to stop saying Jamie. We need a Club Soda Kenny. We need to get a dumb
Thanks,
guy on this.
GH. I don't think
Good
Club
one,
Soda Kenny's dumb.
JS.
He's
not
just, like,
dumb.
weird.
He's like, he's self-aware, and that's like what's fucking funny about his shtick is because like when him and Norton used to do that like meet the creep shit, or like he would like yell at Norton pretending to be autistic or whatever or retarded. He would like really commit to the bit and get mean, and I'm like, I know that's like he was a cop, so he had to get mean like that, but I think he just kind of like knowingly is like a sweet kind of dumb guy.
The Spectrum held 17,000. Or no, that's the walk. I don't know. I'm confused.
It was the Wachovia Spectrum, I think. At the end.
Yeah, 17,000.
You
I don't know
remember
how they held that many in there because it was so much smaller than the fucking.
I think I can name all of the iterations of the center. All right, because it started out as the Core State Center, then it was the First Union Center,
The FU Center.
the FU Center,
Wachovia Center.
the Wachovia Center,
And the Wells Fargo Center.
and then the Wells Fargo Center. Right? No, there was one more that was in there.
Was it? I don't know. But the Eagles one's only been Lincoln
That's
Financial
only
Field.
been the Lincoln Financial
The
Field.
link.
And then Citizens Bank Park is CBP. But those haven't changed. But yeah, that's like changed hands like 4 fucking times. Was it the Comcast Arena at one point?
I don't think so.
I
They should have
think
that weird sign. It's like "Welcome to Comcast Country." or
Yeah,
something.
that might be it. Yeah, it's like that weird fucking cap on the top of it right there.
Yeah, around the fucking top. Speaking of cool jerseys, I don't really like the Sixers new. I know you don't watch basketball. I don't really watch either, but the Sixers like red, white, and blue scheme. I think like the Allen Iverson era Sixers jerseys were like
The black and-
undefeated. Like the
black with the
gold
trim.
and
Yeah.
that shit was fucking dope.
Those were nice looking jerseys. You know what kind of fucking blows about basketball too is that like a good fucking like jersey only comes around like once every like decade where like you want that like a Cleveland Cavaliers LeBron James jersey before he went to like Miami, or like Kobe before he fucking got the rape allegations, like shit like that. And it's
Before
like
he fucking got into flying helicopters.
yeah, Jesus, that too. But like, nah, go ahead.
Speaking of Miami Heat, have you seen their like Vice City style fucking jerseys?
Nah, is it like all purple and blue
They're
and
like
shit.
pink and blue. They're like neon colors. They're fucking sick. I'm a fan. Shout out to Siemens and the Oilers getting swept out of the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, is he pissed about that?
Probably. I don't know. Haven't really been on Facebook too much.
Yeah,
I just wanted to talk a little shit to one of our only regular listeners.
I usually get heckled by him and Lee to.
At least my team was in the playoffs.
At least I wish our
Flyers suck.
Wish our team had a captain. There, he wants to come back. Apparently,
No.
I heard that.
I heard the opposite.
I heard he wants to come back. I heard he propositioned for a trade, and they interviewed Barry Trotz too. I would like to see Barry Trotz as the head fucking coach. I think he's better than fucking Alan Vigneault, and I think he's. It's kind of gay, but I like it. I think
I'm
it's
a sucker for like neon colors. I haven't seen this one. I don't really like that one.
I like that one better.
Really?
I like that one because it's got a little more pop to it. Like, but the other one's like dialed down. I guess it's like they're
I had
cool.
these. They're white ones. I fucked with them.
There's this jersey that I saw in the Hockey Hall of Fame, and someone on fucking I think YouTube or Facebook or something like that. Someone had like a short, and it was like it's the Australian. I think it's their national team. But it's like it's got like a fucking kangaroo on it. Yeah, right here. It's fucking that one right there on the left. I want that.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
That's pretty fucking sick, right?
It's kind of like Bert, where he has all these weird farm team baseball hats and stuff that he wears on Two Bears. Like, I like shit like that, like random sports shit. Like, I have the Atlantic City Seagulls hat. People are like, what the fuck are the Atlantic City Seagulls?
They had a black guy. Art Dorrington.
The Negro Hockey League.
Yeah, it was really like, probably.
He was the only one.
We had the Negro in the Negro Hockey League.
The Wayne Simmons of the 1920s.
Do you ever watch anything with the DVD commentary on Jacob?
I don't think so. I did. There was something. It might have been Slapshot 2. We didn't have cable for a few months when I was a kid, and I watched that movie like 1,000 times. They like spiked the orange juice Viagra. They're all boned up at a press conference. Alec Baldwin's brother's in it, I think.
Billy Baldwin or
one of the Baldwins is in there.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, I think so.
Stephen Baldwin. Yo, they're coming
It's
out.
the Post and the one, and he has like flashbacks to it all the time. I like that movie. It was stupid, but like.
Aren't the Hanson brothers in it?
Yeah.
They're like the only ones that were still around, I guess.
Pretty sure.
So,
I didn't. I
Holden.
did. I was gonna say Mike was in an old movie, but I literally just Mike from Breaking Bad.
oh yeah,
He's
yeah,
in
yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop. I literally just talked about it. I'm like
Completely.
retarded.
Yeah, we got like an hour. You want to call it?
Yeah, I got to wrap.
All right, right on.
Thanks for listening.
Go fuck yourselves.